Money is a topic that affects everyone, yet so few of us stop to truly examine the numbers behind how the average person manages their finances. For many, money is a source of stress, confusion, or even avoidance, but the truth is that understanding these numbers can be a game changer. In this video, we're going to dive deep into some jaw-dropping statistics about money, from savings habits and debt levels to income disparities and retirement preparedness. These aren't just abstract figures, they're a mirror reflecting the financial reality of millions. This isn't just a list of numbers, it's an eye-opening journey that might make you rethink your own financial situation. And the best part, we'll give you actionable insights to improve where you stand. Let's get started and explore what these numbers really mean for you. 1. Savings shock. The disappearing emergency fund. Did you know that 56% of Americans can't cover an unexpected $1,000 expense with their savings? That's right. Over half of people would have to resort to credit cards, borrowing from family, or selling something to handle a sudden financial emergency. This lack of financial cushion is one of the most glaring indicators of financial instability across the country. What happens when the car breaks down, the water heater bursts, or there's an unexpected medical bill? For many, these common occurrences become financial disasters. But the real kicker, nearly 40% of adults have no savings at all. Zero. Nada. And while it's tempting to think this only applies to low-income earners, a surprising number of high-income households are also living paycheck to paycheck. That's right. Even those earning six figures often find themselves with little to no safety net due to overspending, lifestyle inflation, or poor financial planning. What this means for you, if you don't have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, you're walking a financial tightrope. Start small by automating savings. Even $50 a month can snowball into a significant cushion over time. Building an emergency fund isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Prioritize this fund as if your financial life depends on it, because it does. 2. Credit card chaos, the average debt load. Here's a stat that might make your jaw drop. The average American carries $5,733 in credit card debt. And that's just an average. For households with credit card balances, the number skyrockets to over $9,000. This means that for many, credit card debt isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a significant financial burden that grows with each passing month. Worse, with interest rates on credit cards often exceeding 20%, this debt can quickly spiral out of control. Many cardholders find themselves trapped in a cycle of minimum payments, where the bulk of their payment goes toward interest rather than the principal. What's more shocking? Around 45% of credit card users only pay the minimum balance each month, essentially handing over free money to credit card companies in the form of interest payments. This behavior can double or even triple the original amount owed over time. What this means for you, if you're one of the millions carrying a balance, focus on paying off the highest interest card first. It's not glamorous, but becoming debt-free is one of the best financial moves you can make. Cut unnecessary expenses, increase your income through side hustles, and throw every extra dollar at your debt. Remember, every dollar you pay toward principal is a dollar that stops accumulating interest. 3. Retirement reality check. Are you on track? Retirement savings are another area where the average person is falling short. As of 2023, the median retirement account balance for Americans aged 35 to 44 is just $60,000. That may sound like a decent chunk of change, but when you consider that financial experts recommend saving at least $1 million for a comfortable retirement, it's clear most people are far behind. The gap between what people have saved and what they need is staggering. For those nearing retirement, ages 55 to 64, the median savings jumped to $134,000. Better, right? Not quite. When spread out over a 20 or 30-year retirement, that's barely $500 per month, not even enough to cover basic living expenses in most parts of the country. This means many older adults will have to rely heavily on Social Security, part-time work, or family support just to get by. What this means for you: if you haven't started saving for retirement yet, start today. Even small contributions can grow significantly thanks to compound interest. And if you have a 400 Inequality or IRA, take advantage of employer matching and tax benefits. The earlier you start, the less you'll need to save each month to reach your goals. Don't delay, your future self will thank you. 4. Income inequality, the Great Divide. One of the most staggering money statistics involves income inequality. In 2023, the top 1% of earners in the US captured over 20% of all income, while the bottom 50% collectively earned just 12%. To put it another way, the average income for the top 1% was over $823,000 annually, compared to just $42,000 for the bottom half. This stark disparity highlights the widening gap between the haves and the have-nots. Globally, the situation is even more stark. According to Oxfam, the wealthiest 1% of people own more than the combined wealth of the remaining 99%. Yes, you heard that correctly. This level of concentration of wealth not only impacts individuals, but also has significant implications for economic growth, social mobility, and political stability. What this means for you: while it's easy to feel powerless in the face of such disparities, focus on the factors within your control, like boosting your skills, pursuing side hustles, and making smart investments. The path to financial independence is still possible, even if it feels uphill. Remember, wealth accumulation is a marathon, not a sprint. Leverage your time, resources, and knowledge to climb the financial ladder one step at a time. 5. The real cost of housing. Housing is the largest expense for most people, consuming an average of 34.9% of household income. In many major cities, this percentage is even higher. For renters, the situation is particularly dire. The average monthly rent in the US is now $2,053, a 25% increase from just 5 years ago. This means that housing costs are outpacing wage growth, putting additional strain on already tight budgets. For homeowners, the story isn't much better. With rising property taxes, maintenance costs, and mortgage rates, many Americans find themselves house-rich but cash-poor. This phenomenon leaves little room for savings, investments, or discretionary spending, creating a precarious financial situation. What this means for you: if housing costs are eating up more than 30% of your income, consider downsizing, relocating, or house hacking, renting out a portion of your home to offset costs. Explore all options to ensure your housing situation supports, rather than hinders, your financial goals. 6. Healthcare costs, the silent wealth killer. Here's a stat that might surprise you. The average American spends $12,914 per year on healthcare. That's nearly 20% of the median household income. And with medical expenses being the leading cause of bankruptcy in the US, it's clear that healthcare is a financial landmine for many families. The cost of premiums, deductibles, and out-of-pocket expenses continues to rise, creating a financial burden that many struggle to bear. What this means for you: prioritize preventative care and invest in a health savings account, HSA, if you have a high-deductible health plan. HSAs offer triple tax advantages. Contributions are tax-deductible, grow tax-free, and can be withdrawn tax-free for medical expenses. Taking proactive steps now can help you avoid devastating medical bills later. 7. Education debt, a degree or a lifetime of payments. Student loan debt in the US has reached a staggering $1.75 trillion. The average borrower owes $37,693, and for many, these loans are a financial ball and chain that lasts well into middle age. The burden of student debt not only impacts individual borrowers, but also has far-reaching effects on the economy, delaying milestones like homeownership, starting a family, or saving for retirement. Even more troubling, around 11% of borrowers are currently delinquent on their loans. And with rising tuition costs, the problem is only getting worse for future generations. This growing crisis highlights the need for systemic change and greater financial literacy.